Joe Medicare here with Medicare Savers Network. Today we're going to discuss Medicare Advantage plans, otherwise known as Medicare Part C. Remember, everyone signs up for Medicare Part A and Part B. This is called Original Medicare when they turn 65. Enrollment is automatic and you don't need to do anything if you're already on Social Security. If you're not receiving Social Security, you'll just need to make arrangements on how you want to pay your Medicare Part B premium. Now, you have your red, white, and blue Medicare insurance card with Part A and Part B on it. However, for most people, this insurance isn't enough to cover them financially. One option is to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. These plans are administered by private insurance companies that have a contract with Medicare. Medicare says it's all right for you to go with one of these what's called replacement plans. It can be a scary word. It does replace your original Medicare. So this is something that you want to be mindful of, because when you go with a Medicare Advantage plan, you are now subject to the summary of benefits within that Medicare Advantage plan. This means that when you go to the doctor, you present your Medicare Advantage insurance card and not your Medicare card. This will be your primary insurance coverage, and you'll be going by their schedule of benefits, not Original Medicare's schedule of benefits. These providers include big, well-known companies like Humana, United, Blue Cross, Cigna, Aetna, just to name a few. There are many different types of Medicare Advantage plans. However, the majority of them are either HMOs, health maintenance organizations, or PPOs, preferred provider organizations, which are similar to group style plans. So you'll need to understand the difference between the types of coverage between an HMO and a PPO. The biggest advantage of these plans, whether HMO or PPO, is they have what's called a maximum out-of-pocket limit per year. Now, once that amount is reached, that maximum out-of-pocket amount, anything additional will be covered at 100%. You have no more co-payments, co-insurance, deductibles, or anything to pay whatsoever if you reach that limit. So that's a huge risk reduction. Another advantage is that these plans have very low, little or no monthly premium at all. So how can they afford to do this? How can this be done? One reason is the federal government is subsidizing your Medicare. They are shifting the burden of management over to a private insurance company and allowing that private insurance company to manage your Medicare benefits. Instead of you calling Medicare, you call the private insurance company if you ever have an issue with your healthcare coverage. So it's really a shift in management is why these Medicare Advantage plans exist, so that Medicare doesn't have to take on all of the burden of handling customer calls and so forth. You're going to call your Medicare Advantage insurance company. And another reason is that they keep the cost down by creating a local network of healthcare providers who are incentivized to keep your care managed, rather. So they manage your health care in order to keep costs down for the Medicare system overall, is what these managed care plans tend to do. So you are required, by the way, to see healthcare providers that are in their local network. You can see doctors outside of a network, but there would be a higher cost in order to do this. So there are network requirements, but it's not the end of the world, because again, these plans are little or no monthly premium. So there's definitely trade-offs to consider when you're deciding whether or not a Medicare Advantage plan is right for you. So let's dig a little deeper into the different types of Medicare Advantage plans. First, let's talk about HMO. Usually HMOs have a lower maximum out-of-pocket, so that's great on the HMOs. HMOs also tend to be more benefit-rich than your PPO policies, often including additional benefits, more benefits for things like dental, vision, hearing, transportation, fitness memberships, over-the-counter benefits. Some of the HMO plans, believe it or not, even pay back some of your Medicare Part B premium. So in some states, you don't even have to pay the full Medicare premium. Some states will pay back a part of that premium if you go with an HMO plan and keep all of your care localized. If they localize your care, they can manage your care better. Therefore, they can offer you more benefits on an HMO plan or a PPO plan. It's less benefit rich, but also it's less constrictive if you want to go out of network with a PPO. For example, maybe your plan charges a $25 copay to see an in-network doctor, but a $50 copay for an out-of-network doctor. Or maybe you have a 20% coinsurance for a lab test in-network. And that same lab test out-of-network could be higher, 40%, 50%. So it all depends on the summary of benefits for the in and out of network benefit on a PPO. So since the focus on an HMO is to provide all of your care locally, the insurance companies can definitely include those benefits at no extra cost. So as with a PPO plan, you have more flexibility with medical providers. So a PPO, again, you can see the doctor outside of network, your costs are going to be higher. HMOs offer no coverage out of network except in the event of an emergency. In the event of an emergency, you go to any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the country. So there is no restriction, whether it's an HMO or a PPO. If you're in an emergency situation, you go to the doctor of your choice. However, you do want to be careful with what's deemed an emergency situation. If you go to the emergency room for a hangnail, they're not going to consider that an emergency, and they're going to charge you either an out-of-network charge if you're on a PPO, or they're going to charge you the full amount if you're on an HMO. So Medicare Advantage plans can be very strict in terms of the emergency room. They don't want you using the emergency room as a walk-in clinic. They want you using that emergency room in the event of an emergency. So again, you do need to know exactly what an emergency constitutes, and it's what you feel is life-threatening. So in the case of a PPO, if you remain out of network, you simply pay out-of-network fees. But in HMO, you'll be covered for services deemed necessary to save your life, but for any follow-up treatments out of network that are not considered emergency treatments, you're on your own with no maximum out-of-pocket limits. So be real careful when using the emergency room. So not to scare you on that, but everyone, knows what an emergency is and what a hangnail is, so to speak. The next aspect of Medicare Advantage plans is very important and applies to both HMOs and PPOs. Most Advantage plans include a bundled Medicare Part D prescription plan. Also included in these plans are great benefits for, like I said a little earlier, dental, vision, hearing, and the prescription is bundled into the plan. But we have to be careful when the prescription is bundled into the plan. You want to do a very thorough analysis, and we do this for you, and make sure that your prescriptions are covered in the plan so that you're not making the wrong choice. And the other good news is you're not stuck in any one prescription plan forever. There's an annual review that takes place on the prescription plans, and that happens October 15th until December 7th. You can move in and out of these Medicare Advantage plans with the prescriptions during that time frame, and then on January 1st, your new coverage starts. So make sure when choosing an Advantage plan that the medications needed are covered. If they're not, you may want to consider another option. So one plan might look great because it has extra dental, vision benefits, and you didn't take into consideration what the medications are going to cost. So if the medication's not covered, really what good is all of that extra dental and vision covered if you have to pay top dollar, full price for your medications? So it's important to do a thorough analysis of your medications when choosing a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, another good thing about Medicare Advantage plans is like I said, the open enrollment, which happens every year. And if you're not happy with your Medicare Advantage plan, next open enrollment, you can choose a standalone prescription plan and enroll into a Medicare supplement plan as discussed in previous videos. Now, navigating all of these options, it can definitely be confusing, and that's where I come in. That's where I help. There's also no financial benefit in trying to sort this out on your own. Remember, I'm an independent licensed broker. I don't work for any insurance company. My services are absolutely free to you at absolutely no cost, no strings attached. I'm going to help you get set up with the plan that makes the most sense for you. And I do an annual review for you, make sure that you're in the most beneficial plan each year. So again, my name is Joe Pearson, owner of Medicare Savers Network, aka Joe Medicare. I live and breathe this stuff. I'd love to help you. So go ahead and email me direct, joe@joemedicare.com, or better yet, call me on my cell phone, 727-967-8355. And I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hey, if you found value in this video, go ahead and shoot me a big thumbs up. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye now.